Hi guys, this AA thing is just a wonderful invention. It's pure Arch. It is. So ArcoLinux at some point in time came across a script that installs ArcoLinux on your future system. And the idea was then, if we combine these scripts, ls scripts, ArcoLinux installer scripts, if we combine them with the knowledge how to build a ArcoLinux ISO, which is just a few clicks away, ArcoLinux.org, voila, got it. No, not good, not good at all. ArcoLinux.org, voila. All right, download this thing. These downloads, we can build them ourselves. It's just a command that you run. You got it. You don't need to download the ISO. You can build the ISO. So if we build the ISO, ArcoLinux, and we'll put a folder on there with all the scripts with my choices, right? So it's important that you make your own choices. And if you follow a few articles, right? Not so many indeed, just a few of them, then you can decide, okay, this is something for me, right? Now, first of all, before going there, this is something from me, you probably want to just download the personal AA ISO and have a look at it and see if that's your thing, right? So the files here are from 0323. So it's now 4554, right? So we could use an update. Not that it's important, because look at the sizes. Not much changes over time, because it's a minimal ArcoLinux with 2 folders. That's it. So it's really is growing very, very slowly, but that's Arch rather than the ls scripts, which is actually a few things, right? Just some scripts doesn't really count as megabytes. It's more like kilobytes. So from time to time, I have to do, well, what it says here probably, from time to time, you will need to compare your code with the new code from the ls project. So the video I'm making, I could just copy paste it in article number 10, because that's something you have to keep track of. Did Pico, the developer, change anything? Do you like what is changed? Do you want what is changed? Etc, etc. So that's the workflow I'm gonna go into now. So AA, get all the ls gits version 1. So this is the way to build an ArcoLinux ISO with ls and lsdev on it. And this is ls and lsdev. Dev is development, so that means whatever Pico is putting out as code, that's the official one. I'll test it out in the dev. If it works, it goes into the ls workflow. So get official ls. I'll just run number 2, which really deletes everything, and clones it again to really be sure that everything is downloaded again. And you know what I'm gonna say? It's gonna say this, do this, compare, melt, always melt. Now, some of the things I don't need, like the .github thing and the files. This one, I've omitted the files, but I kept the devrel. Devrel, ISO release equals rolling. ISO code name is AA, ISO build is, and that will be changed. So if, well, let me talk about this as well. This is a very interesting thing. It's a Ctrl-Alt backspace. The Ctrl-Alt backspace kills your Plasma, your Cinnamon, your GNOME, and it throws you back to the login. So GDM or LightDM or SDM, for instance. I got rid of that because when I install the ArcoLinux stuff, when I later on decide to say, sorry, the ArcoLinux stuff, and now, because you have to think out of a box, the box of Manjaro, or the box of EndeavourOS, or the box of ArcoLinux. It's all Arch, so I can use this to go to the ArcoLinux, and I can use this to probably go to EndeavourOS or Garuda, but I'll leave that up to those guys if they want to teach you that. So it is all about puzzles, pieces, configurations, applications, and it will conflict with mine. If I install the ArcoLinux file, it will try to create, well, it will create this, it will exist, it will create this, it will exist, and it will try to create a file. And that one exists, and that Pacman has a conflict and everything stops. So that's why I've got rid of it. I've added devrel, and I've added user local bin and get nemesis on AA, which just git pulls, or better git clones, https://github.com/ericdubois/ArcoLinux nemesis. It's going to get it for me, and I can run it later on. So it's a little script that I got. It's executable. This is something I don't need. Site is not necessary. So all of this is not needed. This is what's new. So same, right? You don't want to see what's same. You want to see what's new. Let's have a look. Log file is false, true. Yep, I want to have all these things, true. False, true. Packages, etc. Sublime text and Inkscape. That's it. My choices. Nothing changed. Yes, false. Nothing changed. Recovery SH. We have some things here that changed. Local device, boot, mount point, package name, set, all kinds of things. So that's in recovery. We follow him. So him is Pico, right? Pico changed his code for a reason. We follow him. These are our own mount points, so that's cool. We'll use those. Refractor is true. Swain, Sweden, Spania, so on. You're Brussels. Ask. Eric. So I'm not Pico, so that's the name, right? Pico.dev, Eric. And we want to have XFCE. So XFCE is the common desktop that I'll test. There are more, but for these guys you'll need configurations, right? You need configurations with many of the tiling window managers, so that's up to you to figure that out. We have ours in ArcoLinux. Here's some new text. I read somewhere he wanted to make it more clear. So the documentation I've just explained, the fact that we have these files, etc, devrel, and files user local bin get nemesis on AA, right? That structure, that's about this thing. Provisions the files placed in files directory on the installed system, preserving directory structure. This is useful to copy some configuration files. Provision is false. Provision is true, right? So I'm just gonna copy paste all the text here. And then we have exactly the same thing. So it's more an explanation. And then we save. And here again, and another way of figuring out probably something, function check variables, values, keys, devices, auto, then okay. Probably gonna be okay, right? You have to trust the developer. And then the last thing, always, since if it's long, right? Save it and voila, open it again. And you jump immediately to the place where there are differences. And I can't get them to persuade to add package kit Qt5 because it's needed for Discover on KDE. So that's fine. We make our own decisions. Package kit Qt5 is here. Otherwise, Discover will not work ever. Okay, that's it. And that's the changes, right? So there were a few changes. And then and that's the fun and the strength. Well, first of all, I always do a refresh. Since I'm a human being, make mistakes, and I go over it again. Okay, so checked and double checked. So the power of this thing is the following. This is a GitHub. I push everything from here to the internet. Is it with Git? No, with 1. So it's now 50504 update. We have changed a few things in there. I don't need to build the ISO. That's great, right? The ISO that I already have pulls in the new code. And that's fun, right? It's awesome. But as you know, ISOs and packages, they get old and we need to update packages. So either you build the ISO again and you have packages from today, or you take an ISO of, I don't know, let's see, of 317, so a month's worth of updates, and here is like, I don't know, 14 days update, and it will be fine. 14 days updates is nothing, right? But if it's 6 months old, the ISO, yeah, then you're probably gonna get a lot of ArcoLinux key rings and updates coming in. So it's entirely up to you whether you build it or not. Once built, of course you have to build once. Once built, you can use the ArcoLinux ISOs anytime you like, again and again and again, until you say, it's too many updates after installation, so I'll start again with a new one. So the script here, build ArcoLinux with Alice, is all you need to do. And it will build an ArcoLinux with that. Now in the meantime, numbering has changed a little bit, and that's why this thing is red. So build ArcoLinux with Alice. It does give you a hint. Hey guys, remember this is supposed to be built with 62. In the meantime, if you update your machine, you'll see that Arch ISO is 62. That means that I'll probably better push this online as well. So Arch ISO 62.1. Now I can do this just like that. Why? Because I've already built ArcoLinux, Carly, LCI with Arch ISO. So I know it's gonna work. Well, and now we have the same number here. 62 is the same as 62, so nothing red, and it continues in green. It would have continued anyway, but hey, right? Why was that red? If the Arch ISO is different with the version in the file, then hey, alert. Nothing more than that, a warning. So there it goes. What was this again? Okay, the scripts that I need. And the configuration of a nano RC to have a nice, beautiful, colorful look when I'm in there. Because you often will be working inside a virtual machine, inside TTY. Black screen, some coloring because of the nano RC. Voila, he's building in this at this point in time. So the thing that changed, we should check it again. So we could check these two guys as well, because then you know what you changed. So devrel April the 5th. It changed. Yeah. So a little script somewhere that says, hey, that's the date, and that's when we created this devrel. And the else recovery, so this is different. Local device is auto. So if you don't say it's SDA or what was it, there are more, and VMA and others. I guess we'll see it here. So this is new. This can go. I've cleaned it up, that's it. I've cleaned it up. somewhere in here is SDA and so on and so on. Let's find it, SDA. Voilà, here it is, line 34. So this is new and it's automatically auto. So it will understand it's a VirtualBox. It will understand there is a special kind of device, hardware, NVMe. It is on QEMU and it is on MMC. So it knows where it is. That's how you say it in line 34, but there's an auto for it. Okay, so that's the difference. The only thing we can do is just test it, because that's all it is. A test. If we keep auto as device, which it is, will it install my XFCE and so on. All right. So that's one way of testing everything out. And the other way of testing and checking again while you're waiting anyway, go and have a look and see what did I do. Alice recovery, I've changed, the red line is gone and the green line is in. The same here, a little bit text, so that's not important. And here, an important code there, and the date has changed. That's it. So not much has changed. It's up to you to follow that up, to see what Pico is doing, and then build your own ISO again. So Super F7, I'm gonna go to my AA, ArcoLinux, choose a disk file, Eric, AA out, var5, open, start, and off we go. Of course you see the logo of ArcoLinux. It is an ArcoLinux ISO. It is the ArcoLinux ISO you've built. Difference is, there are two folders in there, and there's one that's new, and the other one is the version of Pico a few weeks ago or something like that. We can see it on the GitHub when I did the last push. Look at those coloring. That was the new code they've put in, and the end I've seen. Now I've seen it myself with my own eyes. So, gotta be, there was a trick, right? There was a trick. I think the trick was to type, if I can, Alice def. Yes, right? Just start typing Alice def. In this case, def because of the new thing, and Alice if you don't want to test out the new thing. Do you want to get the last GitHub code in? Well, the last code is already in because we've built the ISO. But supposedly there's a new code online in a few days from now. Pico pushes something out, you're gonna put it on your own GitHub, then you say yes, because the new code will come in, and you'll say yes now too. So install device is device SDA, he knows I'm on VirtualBox, he says it's gonna use SDA, which is good. Do you want to continue? Yes, please, go for it. And off it goes, and that's the fun, right? That's why I love this script, and I hope Pico is going to be the developer for the coming years for it, because it's so easy. It is automated. You make your decisions on the GitHub, push, 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 push. You pull it in with this yes here on your ISO, and on the fly you can decide to install Cinnamon or Plasma, or you can just keep everything as is. In my case, we'll have an XFCE, and that's that, with a few packages from AWAR, Sublime Text, Inksy. New fetch will be there, I think. I don't know. Stuff, right? You decide what more stuff you need. Or you decide to do what I do. GitHub.com, Eric Dubois, /ArcoLinux Nemesis, and run the scripts. After any installation, any Arch-based system out there, run sudo pacman-s Vivaldi, sudo pacman-s Firefox, and so on, and so on, and so on. And let it do its job. Walk away from the computer, come back after everything is removed and installed. Having .configs, folders and files that you want to keep, put them back. Put them online on GitHub in a folder, copy paste that there, boom, it's back. There's no need to go for a bit by bit clone for something. Start afresh, clean install, and get the stuff in that you want, that you need. That's it. That actually applies to any operating system. Clean install is always preferred. And in the end, we'll know how many seconds, minutes it will take to install all of it. And that depends on the CPU, the hardware, right? The network, the router, anything. The servers from ArcoLinux. Depends on so many things. But around 2-3 minutes later, you've got your system. As you see, Paru is going to be installed. You can see Sublime Text. So those are all AOR stuff, and it's going to be built with Paru. And the next flow, if this works, then I'll compare the dev, we're finished, I'll compare the dev version with the other one and copy paste that code over. So time. Don't see the time, maybe you see it in the video when you we go back, right? I see some seconds at the end, and there probably 3 minutes 24 seconds. Is that the line? Probably. So sudo reboot. It takes the time it takes. In the end, you have a free operating system. That's all that matters. A lot of work still to be done, but you've got yourself an ArcoLinux system. The easy way. Right? All it takes now is have some more fun with all kind of scripts. And that's what I've been doing with the ArcoLinux Nemesis script, which maybe we can continue, but it's already documented. Is the sound available? It is. Voila, another test. Maybe I'll continue not with the tweaking and theming. So what would I do next is that script get Nemesis on AA. Right, I've got data, I've got ArcoLinux Nemesis, I got all that, and I'll just say run number 0, my current choices. And from there, it's going to remove stuff, it's going to install stuff, and it's going to install so much more. Core software, this one, not that one, not that one, not that one. Remove lots of things, and go inside personal and run a few of these as well. And that's the fun. Again, I have nothing to do. I have just to wait till everything is done. Chromium is there, you see. So, well, let's just put them like here, like this. And let me go to the next workflow. Is going to tell him that Alice and Alice Dev are basically the same thing. It works. The code that he has there works. So all I need to do is basically go and copy to the left, and copy to the left, copy to the left, and copy to the left. That's it basically. And Control Z, right? No, that's not possible. So voila, everything is now exactly the same. I can do a refresh and everything is gonna be blue up here. It's done. The changes, let's take Git ahead this time. These are the changes. Of course, they're the same, right? Subvolumes, yeah. This one had to go. We have changed to these kind of choices here, but they're not used. So it's that one that's used. 40. 41 has a hashtag, not used. And we have this and this and that. Okay, all cool. Basically, Alice, fly. So the update of 040504 done. Now we know these two guys are the same, and when we do not have to rebuild it, because it pulls it in anyway, right? We can restart and say start Alice. You're gonna ask yes, do you want to download everything? You say yes, and everything I just pushed is gonna be downloaded. It's already online. But for the sake of the upload, I will upload my build later on. I'm gonna build now again the ArcoLinux with Alice with 2 folders being up to date now. So you see, git clone Alice, and git clone Alice dev. With the push I put to internet, these 2 guys are now exactly the same on the ISO. In the meantime, let's see, here we are. What is he doing? He's still working very hard. What do we see already? I see variety, I see melt, GitHub, Sublime Text, graphics, Flameshot, Nomax, Internet, Firefox, Discord, Chromium, InSync, Telegram, all the stuff I need, all the stuff that's on the ArcoLinux XL, and I use all the time, are there. There are also things that I never use. Parola is not used in XL, XFburn is not on XL, etc., etc. Things that I don't want, you remove. I'll do the same, right? Changing the icons in the theme, changing the whisker menu. Let's have a look. So that's the fun with these scripts. Take a look at it because it will change things. One of the things is, for instance, all that. Why would I make all these folders and again these bookmarks again and again and again on all my PCs? I don't. It's just a file. Bookmarks installed, Telegram desktop icon to be installed, etc., etc. How to start certain applications. Telegram, Discord, it's gonna be there. He's saying, hey, it's not formatted as BTRFS. If it would have been formatted as BTRFS, then I would install Snapper and so on and so on. Packages will not be installed. He knows he's on an AA ISO. That's interesting. If you're on an Arch ISO, do this. If you're on AA ISO, do that. If you're on a Kali ISO, do that. If you're on... Did I say ArcoLinux already? Few projects, right? ArcoLinux, Kali, ALCI, AA. In that order, that's all the what ifs we had. Maybe it will not end there. We're on XFCE, so he knows on what he is. If he's on left WM, he'll do something different. If he's on Plasma, he'll do something different. You can make these scripts so versatile. I'm changing the whisker menu, I'm changing the icons and the theme, I'm changing the look of the LightYAM GTK greeter. Okay, we're on ArcoLinux ISO SS, we're on XFCE, changing the icon and the theme. So some of the things still seem to be in need of some work. But that's the fun. That's the fun. Keep at it. My scripts are always in a work in progress. In short, WIP, a work in progress. And that's fun. Let's have a look. After running ArcoLinux Nemesis, I've got a lot of folders and files and applications and a beautiful wallpaper that greets me. Thank you very much. Scripts. Oh, look at that. Wow. Right? All I had to do is make a script at some point in time, decide what to write there, what to choose there, to decide the theme, decide the icons, which is not the default icon theme that we use. And look at that, beautiful wallpaper. Where is it coming from? Variety. Who's providing the wallpapers? Ah, somebody else, as Eric. It's coming straight from Wallhaven, abstract and top list and random. These guys will be downloaded. Alt N, right? Alt N. Alt N. The next one. Alt right arrow. Alt right arrow. Those are the wallpapers. And now Alt arrow up. This will be the wallpaper fixed for the rest of the day. It will not switch anymore. It's all, of course, in here as well. Next previous image, next previous resume regular changes, which means it's now frozen. And if you want to change it, resume it as that. There you go. You've got yourself a beautiful system. It's ArcoLinux based, and so it says, right? Immediately, there you go. This is ArcoLinux and VirtualBox 5.17.1, and so on and so on. Enjoy ArcoLinux, enjoy AA, enjoy ArcoLinux, enjoy LCI, enjoy Carly, enjoy the ArcoLinux University. Cheers.